everyone, this is Sandy Reese with StampACrew.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Thanks for joining me today for another video tutorial. We have got a cute little calendar project that we're going to do today. But before we get started, I want to remind you that our last chance items are still going on. We have our new catalog starting next month. But if you'd like to stock up on some of those discounted items, now is a good time to do it. When you place an order of $35 or more using the online host code, you'll get a kit of projects to make for free. And if it's $50 or more, you're going to get embellishment from me. So now is a good time to place that order and get some really nice discounted products. Okay, so the calendar we're going to make today is not using any of the retiring products, so you'll have this to use. I've ordered these little mini tear-off calendars from Tailored Expressions. It's tailoredexpressions.com, so they come in a set of 10. It's $4 for 10, not too much. And then I have a nice post-it note, 3x3 post-it note pack. I have these little gold, I picked gold because it goes with the yellow really nicely. They also come in silver and black, but I got these from Amazon. Then we've used a die. I'll post the die. I can't think of the name of it right now. That's current. I'm using some of our glossy dots. And then our cardstock, I'm using Lemon Lolly and Mossy Meadow. And then this paper is from the Mediterranean Blooms paper in the annual catalog. It's this pattern right here. Okay, measurements will also be posted. And then our sentiments, because we don't have much room, we just have this little tag. It needs to fit on there, so I'm using the Courage and Faith stamp set. So let's do a little assembly, and then we'll do some stamping and and whatever else we're gonna do. All right, so our base is just a half sheet of cardstock, folded in half, just like a card base. Then we have a coordinating piece that's scored 3 times. All this will be in the in my blog post with the link below, so you can see the measurement. So I fold up my 2 sides up, and then I fold the middle down. Well, that popped right out. Make sure that's creased well, so when you look at it, it looks like this. Okay. So what we're going to do is use some double-sided tear and tape. And I'm going to put tear and tape on my small flaps on the outside. I'm keeping this closed. So if you open it up, that's going to just confuse you. So keep it all closed, accordion, fold it up. And then I remove one of the backings. And take this with the crease pointing to the inside, and I've cut this a little bit narrower than my card, so it's going to be a little longer, but that's okay. And we're going to just line that up with the bottom of the card base. Then we're going to remove the other one, the other backing, and then just close this card right on top of it, so it's nice and flat. And then it will open up with this little kind of trifold. Super easy. And then I have my designer paper. So we're going to adhere this to a coordinating cardstock. And this is just a thin mat. And this goes on the front of our calendar piece, our holder. Okay. Now let's do our stamping, and then we're going to make the little holder for our post-it notes. I am using the Mossy Meadow, and I think I'm going to do In Everything Give Thanks, because I am always thankful for all of my customers, for my team, my family. All right. Just reminds me to be thankful. Okay, now we have this piece, and I've scored it twice on the short side and twice on the long side in the middle. So we're going to, I like to look at the bumpy side when I cut. When I cut on the outside of the bumps, so I'm cutting those off. And then, so I just cut in on the score lines, and then I'm going to trim those corners off. So I'm actually getting rid of all the score lines right there. Well, let's get that out of there. I didn't cut it quite enough, that's okay. And then do that on the opposite side as well. Okay. Now we're going to fold on all of the score lines. We've got these two, and then we've got these two. So I always fold towards the raised score line. The indented score line is always the outside. All right, so we're gonna make our little open-ended box. So I'm gonna just take a little liquid glue on the outside of my two tabs. I'm gonna bring up one side and just stick that tab on the inside and hold it for a few seconds. Same with the other. So you see the little tab is on the inside of the box, right down there. Then we're going to take our other two tabs. You can use double-sided tape if you want. I'm just using my liquid glue. And bring those up on the outside and hold those down. And just give those a minute to kind of set. If you want, you can do a little press there with your bone folder. Okay. Now you see the seams where those folded over there. This is going to be the back of our box. So we're going to glue this on. And I'm going to do it very close to the edge of my designer paper, but I'm going to leave just a little bit peeking out. And I'm going to do it about 1/2 inch from the bottom. Just going to eyeball it. And then I'm going to slide in my Post-it notes. Doesn't really matter how. Just to give it a little something so I can press on this and get that sealed really well. So you can see just a sliver of designer paper there. All right, while that's drying, we're going to use some dimensionals and pop up our sentiment. Was looking for some larger dimensionals, which I can't seem to find at the moment, so we'll just use small ones. We'll throw an extra one in the middle, why not? Okay. And you don't have to pop it up if you don't want to. It's entirely up to you. Okay. We're going to put this right in the center, top and bottom, and you can see we just have a thin amount of designer paper showing around there as well. And I picked this paper because it's the same yellow, the lemon lolly, as it's really close to our Post-it note colors. So I'm going to just maybe put a couple of these dots right there. And then we're going to take our calendar, and you can use double-sided tape. I'm just going to glue the back of it to the front of our box, just centered left to right, top to bottom, and give that a good press as well. Make sure that's adhered. So this is really very easy to do. It's a really great gift to give to somebody for New Year's. We can put our gold pen in there. All right, I'm gonna make sure I've got my Post-its in the right way. Hold on. Okay, I've made my box big enough, which is why there's a little extra room on the sides as opposed to top and bottom, so that the pen will fit in. And I found these little pens. If you want to use a little pencil, whatever you have, but you want something kind of short that's not going to be a giant pen that sticks out twice as long. Look, this is a pen I bought. One of my team members made I could stick that in. It's a little too big. It's fancy though, I love it. Okay, and that's it. Isn't that sweet and simple? You could even make some of these and mail them in a padded mailer. I definitely get the padded mailer. And then just tear off that top little cover. So cute. All right, I hope you enjoyed our project today. I will post measurements and supplies on my blog. Please click subscribe if you haven't done so already. And make sure to place an order using the host code below for a free set of cards to make. I'm shaking here. A free set of cards to make. And if your order is $50 or more, I'll include some free embellishments as well. All right, thanks everybody for stopping by, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.